Long before Islam, before the call to prayer echoed across the Arabian desert, the tribes of Arabia lived under the open sky of countless gods. Every oasis, every mountain, every wind carried a name, divine, sacred, feared, and adored. Among these ancient deities stood Allah, a name not new, not invented in the 7th century, but deeply rooted in the spiritual consciousness of Arabia. To the tribes of Mecca, Allah was known as the highest God, the distant creator above all others. He was not denied, but neither was he worshipped directly. Instead, his will was thought to flow through intermediaries, powerful deities who stood closer to human life. And among them were 3 goddesses called the daughters of Allah. Their names were Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, 3 pillars of the old Arabian pantheon. Al-Lat, whose name likely comes from Al-Ilaha, meaning the goddess, was venerated in Taif. Her sanctuary, a cube of stone surrounded by white cloth, was one of the holiest sites in pre-Islamic Arabia. She was associated with fertility, prosperity, and the power of life, a kind of Arabian counterpart to the great mother goddesses of the Mediterranean world. Al-Uzza, meaning the mighty one, was revered near Nakhla, close to Mecca. Her worship was fierce and ecstatic, sometimes involving sacrifices meant to summon her strength. Some scholars compare her to the warrior goddesses of the Near East, like Ishtar or Astarte. And then there was Manat, the eldest of the 3, the goddess of fate and destiny. Her shrine stood near the Red Sea at Qudayd. Travelers and tribes would offer sacrifices before embarking on journeys, seeking her favor, or at least her neutrality, in the unseen balance of fortune and death. Together, the 3 formed what historians call a triple goddess, a concept not unique to Arabia. In Greece, there was Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. In the Levant, Astarte, Anat, and Kedesh. Across ancient cultures, the divine feminine was often seen as threefold: life, power, and fate. In pre-Islamic Arabia, that triad took the form of Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, bound together by myth, geography, and lineage, as the daughters of Allah. But what did it mean to call them his daughters? For the polytheists of Mecca, this wasn't a literal family tree. The term expressed divine hierarchy. Allah was supreme, the distant creator, but he was not the center of daily devotion. Instead, people turned to his daughters, intercessors, believed to carry prayers upward and blessings downward. In inscriptions found across the Arabian Peninsula, the names of these goddesses appear beside tribal marks and dedications, often alongside the crescent moon and star symbols. Archaeologists have even found Nabatean and Safavidic inscriptions linking Al-Lat to the northern desert cultures and connecting Manat to Syrian fertility cults. The worship of these deities was not confined to the pagan Arabs. In Palmyra, the goddess Al-Lat was merged with Athena, portrayed in armor with a lion by her side. In Nabatean Petra, she appeared as Al-Lat Manatu, blending with regional Semitic traditions. These connections reveal a complex religious mosaic where gods, goddesses, and spirits flowed freely across cultural borders. The Arabian Peninsula was not isolated. It was a crossroads where ideas from Babylon, Canaan, Greece, and Persia all met beneath the desert stars. When Islam emerged in the 7th century, it entered this landscape of tribal devotion and sacred diversity. The new revelation, spoken through the Prophet Muhammad, redefined the spiritual order. There was no pantheon, no hierarchy, no daughters. The message was absolute. There is no God but Allah. The older names, Allat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, were condemned, their shrines destroyed, their rituals erased. But history remembers them, not as demons or symbols, but as fragments of a vanished world. Today, the names of Allat, Al-Uzza, and Manat survive only in ruins, inscriptions, and echoes. Yet they tell us something profound, that long before theology divided mankind, the desert tribes of Arabia had already searched for the divine in every stone, every storm, and every breath. To them, Allah was distant, vast, unknowable. His daughters were the bridge, the presence of the divine in the world of men. And though the old temples have fallen silent, their story remains etched in the sand, a reminder that faith, power, and myth are older than any scripture, and that the desert once had many voices, narrated by rituals of the abyss.